Okay, let's go back to the VS Code. Now, before we start coding, let's try to understand HTML lists. Okay, HTML lists are used to present list of information in well-formed and semantic way, right? And now there are three types of HTML lists. We have the ordered list, we have the unordered list, and then we have the description list. Okay, let me use example to show you guys what to expect. Okay, so let's go to the browser. Let's go to Wikipedia, right? Now if I scroll down, you see we have contents here. Okay, so this table of content, this list of contents is what you're talking about. This list of contents is the list. Okay, and this particular list is an ordered list, right? So we have number one, we have number two, and then inside number one we say have other list, other contents here, 1.1, 1.2. So they are arranged in an ordered manner. Okay, so let's go down. All right, now the other ones here, these ones, they are the unordered list. All right. Also, on the portfolio here, a very important thing about lists is whenever you're creating a website, you must use a list in your website. Okay, on this portfolio website, if you look at the navigation section, we have the home, we have the about me, we have the services. Now what you have here, they are lists. Okay, so this is an unordered list, all right, that was arranged using CSS to format it to get what you have like this. Okay, so whenever you are building a website, you will definitely be using ordered or unordered list, in your coding. All right, so just take note of this. Okay, so let's go back to our VS Code. Let me minimize this a bit so we can see at the background. All right, so let's go to the Microsoft. So I made some modification again. Now this is what we're going to be doing. Okay, now this is a heading, this is the content. So I have three contents here. I have three contents. So as you can see, the first one here is the unordered list. Okay, the second one, this is the ordered list, and the last one here is the description list. Okay, so we're going to be doing this using coding. All right, so let's go to the VS Code and start programming and stuff. Now let's look down here again. Okay, so I also modified this to definition of family therapy. So let's change that in our code. Okay, but the H1 here remains the same, so we just have to create another one. So just click on that line, press Ctrl Alternate and your down arrow key to duplicate that, and then let's replace this. Okay, so that is done. Let's go to the browser. Okay, so this is what we have to the top. All right, so let's add our contents. Let's add our contents quickly. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we introduce a tag, a header tag. So let's use h2 the content, then type in content. Okay, okay. The next thing is to add the list. So we are going to be adding the unordered list first, which is this one here. Okay, now the tag for unordered list, just as the name implies, unordered, so we are using UL. So the tag is UL. Okay, you enter, and then unordered list also has a nested tag. Okay, so the nested tag is LI. This is the nested tag. Okay, and then now type in the information. So the information here is, the first one is definition of family therapy. So let me just copy that. Come here and paste. You can type if you want, just to avoid wasting of time. Okay, let's do the next one. Li, close the tag. Then the next is why it's done. So that's short, you can type that. Okay, the next is what you can expect. Copy that. Let's go to the code. So let's introduce Li. I will just paste that. Let's remove this. And let's add our closing tag here. Closing tag is missing, so Li. And finally, the last one is going to be result. So our closing tag. Okay, results. Let's make this capital. Okay, now let's refresh our page. Okay, so we have our unordered list. So this is our unordered list. All right, so what we can do here, we can do a little bit of styling here. Now let's say we want to change this bullet to, let's say, square. So we can use a style. Style is equal to list style type. So that's what you use. And then you give it square. Okay. So if you do that, let's see our results. Okay. So this is our square. All right. We're showing. And you can change the color if you want to. So the color is red. Okay. And there you go. And the next thing we can do here. Okay. I think that's okay. All right. So the color is red. So what we can do here, let's go back to the Microsoft Word. Okay. So basically this is okay. Now let's go to the next one, which is the ordered list. Okay. Now the only difference between the ordered and the unordered list is the U here is going to change to O. All right. So what I will do is, let's copy, let's highlight this, then we paste. Okay. So for me, I will use Shift Alternate and down arrow key. Then again, I will just replace the U to O. Once you do that, everything should be fine. So let's go back to the web browser, and let's view the web browser. Okay, so we still have the styling for the square is here. So let's remove that. So if I remove this style here, I delete it. Let's check the browser. Let's refresh. Okay, so this is what we're going to have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is ordered list, okay, because they are arranged from the top to the bottom, 1, 2, 3. So the result cannot be at the top in this case, and then definition cannot be at the bottom in this case. So this is going to be arranged this way. Now let's go back to the code editor. Now there is something else we can do here. Let's say we want to add a style, and then we want the let's say we want to use a Roman numerals to number them instead of the numbers. Okay, so we can introduce the list style again, list style type. And this time around, let's use the lower Roman. Okay, so let's refresh our page again, and then let's see what we have. Okay, so as you can see, we have I. Okay, so that's good. We can change this to upper. You can just play around with this. This can be upper to make it caps. We say upper. So if you refresh again, if you refresh the page, this is what you have. Let's refresh. Okay, it's refreshing. So apart from that, we also have alpha. Okay, so alphabet. So if you want to use A, B, C, D for both lowercase and uppercase, you can still do that. Okay, so it's very simple. All you have to do is change the Roman here to alpha, then you get that. So okay, this has completed. So you can see it. We have upper Romans here. So let's go with alpha. We change the Roman to alpha. Okay, so if we replace that with alpha, we now have upper alpha. So we should be in caps now. A, B, C, D. Okay, so let's refresh the browser to get the changes. Okay, so to refresh, you can just click press Ctrl R on your keyboard, or you can right click, and then you go to reload here. Okay, so I'm using Ctrl R. I like shortcut keys. Okay, so you can change this one to low alpha to get the result. Now another thing we can do here is let's say we want the numbering to start from number 5. Okay, so let's put an attribute here called the start attribute. Then we give it a number to be 5. So it can be 100, it can be 10, whatever you like. But let's go with this example. So I believe with this you can do others. Okay, so refresh your page again, and then so for this it will start from E. Okay, but if we change this to numbers, it's going to be from 5. Okay, so these are the basic things formatting you can do with your ordered list. All right, so I believe the next thing we're going to be looking at is our description list. Okay, so we can look at that description list. So under the ordered list, we are done with this. Under the ordered list, let's give some space here so that we'll see what we are doing. Okay, so here we bring in a content again, H2. You can just copy if you want to copy. Then you put in your content. Okay. Now the tag for our descriptive list is DL. Okay. Okay. Then you close it. Now we have nested tag DT. For the DT, we add. Let's go to the Microsoft Word. So the first thing here is okay. This first information. Copy that. Then I paste. Okay. And then after that, we add another nested tag called the DD. And then we now add definition of family therapy. All right. So we can just copy this. So our work will be faster. So let me just duplicate this into 4 places. Okay. So let's refresh the page. Okay. So as you can see, we have the 4 of them here. So what you can do is you change this one to second info, third info, and then you add why it's done, what you can expect, and then result. Okay. So that's going to be your assignment for this lesson. So do that. All right. So because of time, do that for us. All right. So I think basically that is it for this lesson. Let me look at the Microsoft Word again. Okay. So basically that's it for this lesson. So far what we've done in this lesson is to add lists to our HTML. Okay. And we said we have 3 types of lists. We have the ordered list, the unordered list, and then descriptive list. And we've shown us the method of adding all these lists here. Okay, so for the first one, we have the UL tag for the unordered list. We have the OL tag for the ordered list, and then we have the DL tag for the descriptive list. Okay, so um, you can create more lists for yourself. Okay, practice, and then we'll see in the next lesson. Okay, and in the next lesson, we are going to be adding links to our HTML. All right, and what the link will do is to enable you to move um, from one page to another, or maybe you can move from this our website to Facebook. Okay, so for example, you can see where they say click here if you need more information. For example, let's look at this. Let's go to my portfolio. Okay. Okay. Let's load. Okay, now here you see hire me. So if you click on hire me, it will take you down to a different location. It will take you down to the form here where you can write about what you want to hire me for. And then here I say click here to view my academic information. So let me click here. And so this is a link. A link is there. And that is why you can be able to navigate from one page to another page. Okay. So we are doing that. Okay, so now if I click on the about my education, it will now take me down. So these are links. These are various links here. I have the contact. Okay. This is the about. Right. And then this is the home is going to take me back to our previous portfolio. Okay, guys. So this is the end of this lesson. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and like this video. All right, and then we'll see you in the next lesson.